Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Talking MONS, our Digimon Ghost Game recap podcast. Hey, sorry we've been gone for like a month and a half.
Don't say sorry. It's not our fault.
It's not our fault, exactly.
It's bad internet security faults. Get your malware checked, get your security update, everything. Use a VPN. Too bad we're not sponsored by any of those big ones.
Oh, that's sponsors. Yeah, so if you didn't hear, Toei had a big, like, internal hack, like 2 months ago, and they basically shut down all of their productions, until they got it figured out. So, like, not just Digimon went away for a few weeks, One Piece went away for a couple weeks, just pretty much all of Toei's productions. They just said, like, okay, no new episodes until we figure this out. But Digimon finally came back this week. It kind of sucked when it happened because we had one episode we could have talked about, but we opted to just we'll just wait till they come back. I'm sure it won't be that long. Here we are, mid-April now, late April even.
Yes.
But anyway, sorry. My name is JD. Joining me as always is Gary and Jeanette.
Hello.
Hi.
And we are here to talk about episodes. I can't remember the numbers exactly.
21 and 22.
Thank you, Gary. This is why I have you guys around. Yes, episodes 21 and 22, The Spider's Lore and Nightmare. Also, possibly some of the most fucked up episodes of this show so far. It's inching into that territory.
And this show already has had some fucked up episodes.
Yeah, like Nightmare, like I kind of not really, but like Spider's Lore is legitimately terrifying. Which I guess we'll just get into that. So yeah, this episode basically teaches you, kids don't follow strange adults you're not familiar with.
Yeah, stranger danger.
Because
Screaming that throughout, like that conversation
right?
with Hiro.
Yeah, so you know that old kids have always been told, like, hey, if someone you don't know comes up to you and says, oh yeah, I'm a friend of your parents or whatever, don't go with them. Hiro apparently never got that lesson because that's exactly what he does. So yeah, this strange woman who, if you're a fan of old Digimon, you know exactly who this is. Comes up and said, like, oh yeah, I'm a friend of your mom's and I'm going to like this exhibit on bugs and shit. You should totally come with me and check it out. And then Hiro's like, yeah, that sounds legit. Let me bring my friends along too. It turns out that this is no ordinary lady, but it is in fact our Kenimon in disguise. Again, newer fans are probably like, didn't see that coming, but if you're an old fart like me and Jeanette and Gary, we knew exactly who this was, and the fact that she turned into a giant man-eating spider lady was not surprising.
And also, she does actually eat people. Slightly off screen, but you hear all the bone-crunching juiciness.
Yeah, so our Kenimon's whole big deal here is she's eating, like, she wants to, like, eat the intelligence, I guess, of people, and she does that by eating their brain. And that's, like, not even shied away from. That's pretty much exactly what she does.
She just likes the taste.
Kinda, yeah.
I will say, it pretty much opens on just brains eating, like brain eating noises, as Gary said. If not just they do it, it opens with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty upfront about it, and it's kind of creepy. It's maybe not subject matter for a kid's show, but who am I to judge? So yeah, we get to see our Kenimon since the first time since season 2, and if I remember correctly, they even got the same voice actress back to voice her, which I thought was really cool.
And she is legitimately scary.
Yeah, man, she's crazy. She's eating people out here. We also get to see Gamamon is further perfecting his ability to basically just jump through all of his champion evolutions at will now. And hey, Gulus Gamamon shows up again to fucking, like, just destroy the shit out of the spider lady.
And an ass pull that actually makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does. So yeah, what did you guys think about this episode?
As I've said before, after this episode, I'm pretty sure this episode is going to require me to need therapy. If you're scared of spiders, I would not recommend this episode.
No, there's spiders everywhere.
There's a I'm not even scared of spiders, and the amount of spiders in this just made me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, this episode's an arachnophobe's worst nightmare.
But it was an effective episode. Like, it was really compelling. I thought it was well done. She's legitimately scary, especially with her like turning her head and her little laugh.
Yeah, like especially when she like is in spider form and she has like this really wall-eyed, like giant toothy smile, and she's always laughing, and it's very unsettling.
And it's a choppy laugh that she makes.
Yes.
Yeah, it like cuts her off like mid laugh sometimes, and it's like I'm sure it's intentional, but it almost seems like an audio glitch.
It just feels just not right, and that adds to kind of the scariness of it.
Yeah. And what's even more creepy is that it's not just like the whole like stranger off the street kind of thing. Our Kinemon did her research. She specifically went to Hero's dorm and mentioned what his mom does as a job. And I think, did she give out a fake name or a name of someone that his mom actually knows?
I don't remember.
Because at the very end of the episode, Hiro got a text from his mom saying that a friend is visiting town. Show her around.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think that was the name that she gave at the beginning of the episode, Sonia. So.
Yeah. So that's extra creepy on our Kennymon's part. But it's like, how does she know all these? Like, have she been following the misadventure of the gangs for a little bit?
This is what we call a child predator, everybody.
I mean, maybe she was playing the long game and really did befriend Hiro's mom.
She clearly has a human disguise. Maybe. But yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. This episode is just generally unnerving on several levels of stranger danger and people eating and just very unsettling spider people. No bueno.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I give this episode a 0 out of 10 for too much spider or a 10 out of 10 for being effective at what it wanted to do.
I'm not grossed out by spiders in the slightest, so I'm not bothered by that much. But yes, I will give it like high marks for being effective horror, especially in like what is ostensibly a children's show.
Especially with all the people eating.
Yeah, there's just straight up people eating. People are actually dying in this show now, and I don't know how to feel about it. Like first it was just like, oh no, they're being scared and like being terrified. But like no, there's been quite a few on-screen deaths in the last like 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah, it's like the Digimon nuisance has obviously gotten a real problem, and no one seems interested in doing anything about it. They're just like, oh well, I guess they.
Yeah, where's that secret organization from season 3?
Where's the sunglasses guy whose name I can't remember?
Yes.
He's gotta come out. He's gotta get the wild ones, man.
Also, one little thing is that what was Black Gargomon doing there?
Okay.
Just talking about.
This is a mystery, and I think it's starting to show a pattern. Because I had to look this up, but if you guys remember, the first time Gulus Gabumon showed up, right, just like how Black Gargomon showed up at the very end of this episode, there was a Black Agumon at the end of that episode.
That's right.
Yeah. Is Gulus Gabumon a cult leader?
I don't know, and I'm very interested as to why these black variant Digimon keep showing up as if they've been watching the fight the whole time. And it just pans them for like a quick second to show you that they're sitting up in the corner. But yeah, I'm wondering if like Gulus Gamamon has like a power over like dark variant Digimon or something.
I wonder if they're related to Black Godamon.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah. That's interesting. I don't know. I'm definitely curious, and I think it is an interesting mystery that it's always specifically the black variants of things.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads like credence that there's some kind of tie between him and them and Gulus Gabumon, since he is technically Gabumon's dark evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that Gulus Gabumon is so powerful that he's a champion that could defeat an ultimate or Kinemon in like one hit. Like how powerful will he be in ultimate form? And also, will we be getting the ultimate forms of all of the variations?
So it depends on how spoilery you want me to be.
Uh-oh. Did they already release like cards and games?
If okay, I will say if you want to go out and see what the main trio's ultimate forms are, they are out there. I'm not going to say what it is or in what context, but if you want to see the ultimate forms, they do exist already.
Okay.
So
Good to know.
So you do with that information as you will. Is there anything else we want to say about the horrifying spider lady?
Spider Lady did this.
She did. She got a fistful of fire and exploded from the inside.
Yep.
And that's all we're going to say about that.
Jeremy Snow here, owner and editor-in-chief of The Geekly Grind. I'm interrupting your awesome, regularly scheduled programming to ensure that you know about our Geekly Grind podcast network, of which this show is a treasured member of. If you haven't had a chance to check out our site, you can do so at www.thegeeklygrind.com, and while you're there, check out the other members of our steadily growing podcast family, including the anime-centric Blake and Spencer Get Jumped, discovering new heroes and comic book keepers with Chris and Lance, exploring the vast universe of geekdom with Geeksploration, or of course appreciating animation's finer details with the Ink and Paint Club. Escape your weekly grind at The Geekly Grind.
Alright, we'll move on to episode 22, Nightmare, in which Digimon pulls a Nightmare on Elm Street, basically. Because Jellymon and Kyo basically set up a scam. Like he even says so, right? Pretty upfront about it. Basically, Jellymon has partnered up with this little dude called Pillowmon, who is literally a pillow with like goat horns and a sleepy cap. And Pillowmon apparently has the power to like poof out these little bubbles, and it puts people to sleep, and you can put it into a good dream or a bad dream, depending on its mood. So Jellymon's basically like, oh hey, I'm gonna set up like a sleep therapy thing. And so they just like put blankets out on a hill in the park, and they're like, okay, you come here and we promise you pleasant dreams and like the best sleep you've ever had. But that like goes awry almost immediately because people are like fucking having nightmares, and like fucking damages they're getting in their dreams are happening in real life. And Ruli and Goramon show up and be like, hey, what are you guys doing? I wanted to come here to see the cherry blossoms. And Jellymon's all like, oh, here, you should try the sleep therapy thing, and then you can write about it on your blog. You can
give us more business.
Yeah, exactly. She is a slick business lady.
Mm-hmm.
So Ruli gets thrown into the dream world. Turns out it's a giant nightmare, and hey, there's a giant Skull Greymon trying to murder everybody.
Yep.
Remember Skull Greymon from season 1 and how horrifying that was?
Oh,
Yep.
I love Skull Greymon.
Now he's
imagine
he's
him.
worse than ever.
Now imagine him forever chasing you. If you run too far away from him, your dream reset and the whole chase started all over again.
Okay, I really want to give props to the dream logic in this episode.
Oh,
like, yeah, like Gary said, like Ruli figures out like, okay, we're in a dream, and then they're like, okay, why do we keep looping back to this one spot in our dream? But yeah, it's like they figured out pretty fast. Like her and Angoramon will be like, okay, yeah. It seems like if we get too far away from him, it resets. Maybe we need to like keep a certain distance from him to keep it from looping on itself.
Mm-hmm.
And just like how they keep building on that, like once Kyo and Jellymon get into the dream world, and how like they still kind of play with that, like, okay, well, what if we get the two skull, because pretty much everyone gets their own Skull Greymon to run away from. So they're like, okay, what if we run towards Ruli and Angoramon and get our like Skull Greymons to like crash into each other? Maybe they'll destroy each other.
Mm-hmm.
But what ends up happening is just like their loop syncs up. So they go back to the beginning of Ruli's loop together. And then they have a really cool, really well animated final battle scene where they kind of figure out like, oh, hey, we're in a lucid dream. We could totally fuck with shit as much as we want.
That was so cool. Like,
Oh yeah, the animation was really slick.
Oh yeah, just like Simba and Goramon is like, okay, I can multiply myself as many times as I want and shoot a bunch of tornadoes, and then like, hey, Jellymon's gonna grow to like 1,000 feet tall.
Like, I'm
and
pretty
stomp
sure
on Skull Greymon.
Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. But
You're good.
I'm pretty sure they did this episode just as an excuse to do some wild, really out there fight scenes, and I dug it. Like, it was
Yeah.
awful.
But after defeating Skullgreymon, it reformed, but they managed to catch up to Pillowmon and wake it up.
Yeah, and I I love the fucking explanation for why this is all happening. The reason Pillowmon was giving everyone a bad dream is because it has a nightmare every time it like eats too many dreams and gets like a stomach ache or whatever, and it is basically reliving a time where it was chased around by Skullgreymon.
And Pylomon is just adorable. I've never seen this Digimon before, and I'm in love with it. It's
I am disappointed there's no merch of it.
yeah, like come on.
Give a little make a little cushion. Give us that.
It's the only reason I know Pillowmon is because I have a number of his cards in the card game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have one of its card too.
Yeah, but no, it's cute. It's a cute little pillow goat.
I want a big giant Pillowmon plush. I just really want one.
Yeah. But yeah, is there any like thing specific you guys liked or didn't like about this one?
I think it was a really effective episode. Like the storytelling flowed really well. It made good logical sense. I just thought this may be actually my favorite episode so far. It's more of a filler episode, but still definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah. Well, I like to point out that Hero isn't in it that much, which I'm actually grateful for because it gives us more development and time with other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hiro spends most of the episode with Gammamon at a phone repair shop.
Because Gammamon ate it.
Yeah.
Well, bit it.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, well, what's rule number 3? Don't eat the phone. So that was cute. They just kind of like go to them like once or twice during the episode, and by the end of it, Hero's like, oh yeah, okay, your phone's fixed. No, I guess it resolved itself. I'm gonna go take a nap.
I mean, he does send Tapermon or whatever that was called.
Yeah, and that was an interesting thing where so Kyo was like texting Hero the entire time, like, hey, dude, we really need your help, come here, but obviously his phone's broken, he's not getting in his text. But as soon as his phone comes back on, he gets all his texts, but also Tapermon comes out of his phone.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, it's gonna take too long for you to get over there to help them. Just send me through a text.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, wait, you could do that? And it's like, yeah, that's totally cool. I can do that.
That's very convenient.
I mean, Digimon are technically data. You can technically email them or text them or
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And I feel bad for him needing to like go clean up the mess. That
dude, I love the fucking comeuppance he gives Jellymon at the end, because like he's like, yeah, I've been going around like healing everybody from their injuries from this nightmare, and he gets to the last people and it's like Jellymon's like, okay, well now you got to do your job and heal me and Kyo, and he's like, no, you have to stay damaged. This is your punishment for fucking all this up. And
It was
yeah, this is all Jellymon's fault.
Mhm.
And again, there is no consequences for her.
Yeah,
Other than
Jellymon.
the fact she doesn't get patched up.
Jellymon is completely detached from the fact that her actions had bad consequences.
She just is aloof in the because there's a part in the dream where Kyo falls into the ocean and he's like still in that like taking it literal phase where he thinks he's drowning, and Jellymon bails.
Yes.
Like, she doesn't save his ass. She's just like, oh, you're drowning? That sucks.
And also, this is a serious enough issue that people went to the hospital. There's a
Yes.
fleet of ambulance taking people away.
Yeah.
And they just say to Kirishino, or however you say his name, well, I guess what you did wasn't illegal.
Because
It's
they're
like-
just dreaming.
Yeah, they can't charge you for them having a nightmare. It's not a crime. We don't know what Digimon are exactly, so we can't really charge you with anything.
Yeah.
Even though your Digimon partner is like a literal monster, physically and emotionally, apparently.
Emotional damage.
I adore that Jellymon is like a total anti-hero, and she's still one of the main characters.
Jellymon's a shit,
Yeah.
but she's a fun shit.
What were you saying, Gary? I'm so sorry.
Oh, I would laugh if, like, in a later episode, since it's a main character that caused the issue, that he gets like sued by a bunch of people. But then some Digimon shenanigan happens and everybody's happy he saved the day.
I actually want that to be the final thing of of this season. Is like literally like, all right, we solved whatever the big overarching mystery. Everything's gonna be okay. And then literally like every person he's fucked over through the entire series just shows up at once to kick his ass. And then he starts screaming, runs away, and then it cuts to everyone laughing, and then the show ends.
Mm-hmm.
And those still frame hand painted like
Yeah, just like that. It'd be great. Yeah, freeze frame ending. You play some jaunty music.
Yes.
But yeah, good couple of episodes. It sucks that they were so divided by like a month and a half, but you know, Digimon's back now, and so are we. So that's good.
Yeah. Hopefully, the hack didn't involve the production machine. It's more of a security issue to try to find what happened. Because from the quality of fight scene is that maybe these few weeks gave them a little bit more time to work on the animation.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened in the time off, but yeah, maybe they were able to polish up a few things. Like, okay, you guys get a break for a little bit, just like work on this, clean it up if you can, or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, that fight scene was pretty good. They put a lot of money into it.
Oh, also,
go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Jeanette. I was going to say something about the ending song.
Yeah, new ED.
Yeah, it's cute. I mean the new ending is cute and all. The thing I laughed the most is the part where it shows Jellymon and Kyo at like a hologram conference. All these Digimon are coming out of the screen. He's losing his shit.
Yeah. I like the restaurant one.
Yeah, the one where they're all like chefs and waiters at the end. That was kind of cute. I listened to the song once when I watched this episode an hour ago, so I don't really remember what it is.
I feel like it's not as catchy as the previous one.
Yeah, the song is. I'm not going to remember it like in the next anime season, but I like the animation.
I gotta be honest. Most of the time, I will listen to the opening and the ending once just to see it. But then I will fast forward through it, and I feel like I'm a bad anime fan that way.
I watch them both every time.
Yeah, same. It's just too much hassle to just scroll.
It's just part of the experience for me.
I always figure out about how long each opening is, and it's usually between about a minute 20, minute and a half. The Digimon opening is a minute 20, so I know how to fast forward through it.
Fair.
Just like, look, the opening is a bop, man. I'm not gonna deny that, but I can't. I can only listen to them yell the word faction so many times.
Did you see the trailer for the next episode?
It's gonna involve bugs.
Yeah, it's
fucking all
bugs.
the trios get turned, or the trio Digimon get turned into weird like ceiling crawling bug people, and it's weird.
And some of our friends return.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this episode. I want to see how the gang deals without their Digimon.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I want to see Mummymon again.
Oh yeah, they started showing some of the like Mummymon and Clockmon are gonna show up. The Clockmon's a good guy. Well, Mummymon and Clockmon are good guys now. Because Mummimon's he's probably been off doctoring or something.
He went to medical school.
I hope so. Get a Mummymon got his doctorate in record time. Alright guys, well I think that'll do it for this week. Thank you all for listening. Again, apologies it's been so long, but you know, we're back. We're gonna be talking about Digimon more frequently again. It's gonna be a good time. Let us know in the comments or on our socials what you thought of these episodes, where you think this show is going, what you think is up with the weird bug people. That seems kind of creepy, honestly. Don't like things crawling on the ceiling. But everyone, thank you for listening. Stay safe, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.